So we're going to do our monthly update on the 90p aquarium. So last video, if you guys watched, was the trimming video, and I think a lot of that was part of the update because that was actually just filmed a week ago to this recording, so it wasn't that long ago, so you guys kind of saw for the most part what's new and what's not. So some of the stuff that has been, I'll get you guys some close-up shots here in a second so you guys better see what I'm talking about. But as you know, we trimmed back some of these stems. They're still kind of growing back in. You can see they're kind of all different all over the place right now, but they're all growing back in. You can see even this one's growing pretty fast, how the red's really coming out again. But this one, I trimmed this one a lot more, so this probably is going to take a little more time to recover because it was getting extremely tall. But the big thing is I went ahead and planted more S. repens. So I redid this whole bush because this one is just melting away. I overdosed with Excel, which kind of killed it away. So I finally just replanted all that, and it's actually already growing in and filling in. So that's nice. And then planted some over here like we did last time. And then I actually went ahead this time, and so I was planting this S. repen just right before this rock ends, and I actually brought it out into the sand a little bit. I thought that'd be a cool look, and we'll try it out. I mean, if we don't like it, we can always tear it out. No big deal. And then I actually put some back here too, and I'll show you guys that. See if I can get a little bush growing back there, just to give a little more depth. I think that would also be a cool look. But just trying things out, just kind of. And I am going to get some more boosts. I think the Nubius, I think I'm good on a Nubius. I just have two, but I think they're bigger, so I just like them where they're at, and then the rest will be boosts of some sort, probably red mini, which I actually have some red mini that's growing back over here. But I'll probably put some red mini throughout the cracks of these rocks to bring them back to life again, now that we're kind of done with the algae issue that we were having before because we couldn't figure out our light. But then also Monte Carlo seems to actually be growing in now. You can actually, I'll show you up close, but there's actually some strands that are actually coming onto the rock now. So I'm just hoping that kind of I might have to go in there and trim it a little bit, maybe, I don't know. I'm just hoping that starts all filling in, because that's like the final really that needs to happen, because everything else is kind of filled in. I mean, of course it can still look better, but at least it's all filled in. The Monte Carlo is kind of the last thing that needs to just fill in, and then we have like zero Amazonia showing, which will be nice. And I think that's going to really complete the look finally, because it just looks kind of ugly when you can still see the Amazonia. And then once this Monte Carlo starts really growing, I'm going to let it kind of get tall, so it kind of goes over those two rocks. It kind of combines them a little bit, so you don't see, these bottom parts. And then I'll try to keep, eventually I kind of want to connect these two stems, but I still want to be able to make sure I can get light back there. But even then, it's so dark down there, but I don't know if you'll even see Monte Carlo, even if so we'll see. But the main part is just that all growing in. So let's see if I can turn around. So look, I'm seeing with the S. repens, I replanted that. These are all ADA tissue cultures, and see if I can get it better. The light's in the way, but you can kind of see how it's kind of like all combined together already. This part over here still needs to kind of grow in, but you can see it's basically already growing in, and then it's starting to get some height now. Like some of these are kind of shooting up, so I'm hoping that kind of grows in pretty fast. And it's kind of doing the same over here, getting this. I actually lightly planted this more. This was more densely than this was, so I don't really expect this to grow as fast as that one. But you see I kind of wrapped it around there, and then I put a few down there because I had extra and I just wanted to plant something. But also the Nubius, I don't know if you guys saw it, but you see all the new growth, so you could tell it's like all the new growth looks really, really good. It's already look, there's already 2 more leaves coming back in. So eventually when a lot of new leaves start growing in, I'll probably start trimming off all these old ones. But it was all because of the Excel and stuff, so a lot of the plants struggled a little bit, and the light when we had it so low, it was kind of melting away some of these plants. But the same here, I'll probably have to trim that off, but the rest of this looks fine. And then like the Monte Carlo, like I said, you can see the parts where it was melting or dying out, but you see all the new growth on top of it, so that will just all eventually cover. It's ugly right now, but of course it's all going to grow in just fine. But you see the pearl weed's finally like bright green again, so everything's coming together at least. It's not in its greatest state right now, but at least we know we're making progress and it's not going to go backwards, at least. But and then this pearl weed, obviously that still just needs to grow away. That's still fairly new, but and then yeah, the back stems are, they do not look good at all because they were trimmed so heavily. But hopefully by next update they'll look pretty nice, or whenever you guys see them, probably in another video, honestly. But yeah, the water's a bit cloudy. You can tell from the camera, but I always do a water change sometimes. Right, I always like record videos like right after water changes, most of the time, because that's when I have time to do it. And it's sometimes I don't always, you guys don't always see like the best state of this tank, but yeah, it's looking pretty nice. This stuff down here, if you guys were noticing, this is just food, but for the autos and shrimp. But yeah, it's looking pretty nice. I think, again, once now that we have everything pretty much figured out, I think everything's gonna start really coming in nicely. I think it's gonna start looking really good. It's definitely a unique look with the kind of the Dutch style slash Iagumi. You know, it's kind of a hybrid of the both, because really you don't do this much, especially stems and all these plants in a Iagumi. It's more or less mid and carpeting plants only, but I think it definitely brings a unique look. And I think when we submit this for the contest of ADA next year for 2021, I think this one will do pretty well. Our 20-gallon did pretty well, and I didn't expect that to even get ranked on there, so we'll see what this does. But yeah, this is one of those scapes that, or at least this tank in general, is this tank that will get rescaped probably many times. I don't want to say many, but like maybe every year. So this first time around, it'll probably be set up for quite a while, like maybe a year and a half, maybe pushing 2 years. I wouldn't doubt it, just because I gotta still set up the other tanks. But once those are all done, then this will probably be like a yearly thing. We keep rescaping until we don't have this tank no more, or something else happens. So, but there's just a lot of things I regret doing on this, and I wish I just kind of thought about it more when I was doing it. But it's fine. I think we're gonna make it look nice regardless. But next scape, if I do rescape this, a year and a half, 2 years from now, I think what I'm gonna do is do a more of a traditional Iagumi this time around, because other tanks will be, you guys will see with it, like the 120Ps, you guys will see how cool those are gonna look. So I think even though it's been done a million times, I think this tank will just be perfect for just a classic Iagumi. But I think we'll get some bigger serious stones and just do something like, we'll probably do a main stone like here on the left side, and then more just gradually like do something less, and then do a full carpet of Monte Carlo, and then maybe some mid grounds, whatever we come up with, whatever escape. But I think my Iagumi skills now, even after this tank, I think are pretty good now. So I think I can really do some really sick design with one. Even, I mean, honestly, I wouldn't even mind doing actually more sand again, doing a sand front. I think we do something cool, like where we do like more sand, like up in this right corner, but then we have like, I don't know, when the time comes, we'll think about it, but we'll definitely do something really cool. I mean, I'm trying to go all out on some of these scapes now, even if it costs a bunch of money. I just want to give you guys some cool stuff and give people ideas and just show you guys along and show you guys how to do all this. But yeah, other than that, if you guys like this video, definitely comment, like, subscribe. If you have any questions, you can definitely comment down below or DM me on Instagram. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's JG Aquarium. So other than that, I'll see you guys on the next one.